All right, we are back with another Prize Picks video. Going to be talking NBA in this one. There's only 6 games, but there's a lot of big name injuries and definitely a ton of value on the board. Going to be jumping over to Underdog today. If you're not Underdog and just use Prize Picks, I highly recommend not only getting as many of these pick'em webs or platforms that you can, but Underdog specifically. Not only do they give you a 100% deposit match up to your first $100. They also do like flash sales and other things that like kind of resemble tacos and things like PrizePicks has. So, for instance, if Joel Embiid is a game time decision right now, if he is later on, does not play, they're going to give you a 30-minute flash sale on a Tyrese Maxey line that's pretty much almost a free play. So they do cool stuff over on Underdog. We did partner up, so the link's in the description to sign up. Again, 100% deposit match up to $100, and they also give you a new free square, and like a new player free square to kind of get you a very good chance of hitting your first play. So definitely a good promotion and sign up bonus. So yeah, this is going to be sponsored by Underdog. Go check them out. But got 3 plays for you guys. Also on Underdog, 3-man plays are a 6x rather than a 5x to something like Prize Picks. So 3-man entries, if you can only find 3 plays that you're liking, it's really nice to be able to have that on Underdog with great value. So gonna kind of walk through these plays, give you guys 3 of them, see why I like them, and go from there. But first up, gonna look at the RotoWire board to see kind of the injuries and kind of how we're gonna attack today. Again, this is later in the day. If you can notice, my audio is probably a little bit different. I did just move into a new apartment, so I had to get the Wi-Fi set up and things like that. So this one is coming a little bit later, but wanted to get you guys something out there. The Discord has been active, so if you want to check that out as well, the link's in the description. But RotoWire right here is going to tell us, all the injury news. Paolo looking for like the Magic, gonna probably play. Everyone else has been out in that game, so nothing crazy in terms of this game. Washington versus Orlando. Philly, Boston, kind of mentioned Embiid being kind of a true game time decision here. It's a Philly Boston matchup. You'd hope he plays. I probably expect him to play, but if he's a late scratch, again, Underdog will probably give you that flash sale like they typically do. And Maxey obviously gets a huge boost in a spot where Embiid's out. But, tough matchup against Boston. For Boston, Porzingis out. We've seen Derek White get, consistently boosted here. Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, if those lines pop up, I would definitely attack those as well. Memphis kind of totally depleted here. They've been having injuries all over the place. So nothing too crazy here. Obviously, Desmond Bane, Derrick Rose actually had a great game the other day. Biyombo, Jaren Jackson, all kind of the similar guys. Big news for Dallas, no Luka. So the kind of frustrating part for this one, there was 2 guys I really wanted to attack, and neither Prize Picks or Underdog are giving us values for those guys. So I do want to point out kind of what Dallas is looking like without Luka on the court. I don't think he's missed a game yet this year, but RotoWire lets you see the minutes they haven't been on the court. So we see Tim Hardaway Jr. has 167 minutes on the court without Luka. So kind of the main guy playing without Luka, their go-to kind of guy when he's off the floor. And 38.9 fantasy points. So he does a lot. 27.8 points per 36 minutes is crazy. Again, he's definitely their go-to guy with Luka off the floor. Just, again, no Prize Picks or Underdog values for Tim Hardaway. The next guy I want to go to is Jaden Hardy. Had a great preseason, especially when Luka didn't play, when Kyrie didn't play. 23.5 points per 36 minutes. I assume he gets a decent amount of minutes today. Another guy I really wanted to attack. And then Kyrie, his lines are kind of already boosted too high to the point where I don't really want to go for him. But yeah, if you see a Tim Hardaway line or a Jaden Hardy line, I think they come into a very good value spot. So nothing there for our Dallas game. But moving along, New York, Randall's out, or it's not out, game time decision. So I wouldn't be touching that game again until we know that. If if Julius Randle's ruled out, wouldn't be surprised if Underdog gives us a Jalen Brunson flash sale or something like that. So have those notifications on. It's very helpful. And then San Antonio, no Victor Wembanyama. Again, like I told you, it's a big injury day, so going to be talking a lot about that. No Wembanyama is huge for someone like Zach Collins, was kind of my first thought. Also, Bassey is their backup center. He gets a big boost there. I think I pulled these guys up. Yeah, let's go right here. Bassey gets a huge boost when on the floor without Wembanyama. 48.4 fantasy points per 36 minutes. Obviously, he's not typically getting 36 minutes. And then Zach Collins, 42.8 per 36 minutes. He's expected to get around that 35 minutes or so, especially with no Wembanyama here. Yeah, Zach Collins expected to get 35 minutes. So that's just about where he's going to be. That's someone we're definitely going to be attacking today, Zach Collins, with no Wemby here. Try to find where we are. But yeah, Bassey, if he gets a line, I doubt he will. Zach Collins right here, and then kind of Devin Vassell is kind of the next guy up. Keldon Johnson also gets a big boost. Let's go to like points. Vassell, 9.5 differential in per 36 minutes with Wemby off the floor. So, he could be an avenue too. Zach Collins gets a 5.7 boost per 36 minutes. So that's huge for a guy that, scores, 14 points a game or something. Yeah, he's getting 20.9 with Wemby off the floor per 36 minutes. He's expected to get 35. Could be a good spot for him. And then that could be it for our injury news. Denver looking like, Murray's going to be a game-time decision. He's missed a bunch of games, so that's interesting. Aaron Gordon missed, I think, last game. And then no Booker. So this Phoenix game, again, Durant. Tough matchup against Denver, but Durant could have a great game. I always love to go to Eric Gordon or Grayson Allen, either fantasy points or points. So, yeah, a lot of injury news. Sorry I took a lot of time onto that, but attack this board, knowing of these injuries. But let's go into the board, kind of go over our picks. Let's go to my pick'em here. I made this, it's 317. I made this entry at 316. Or sorry, no, it's 325. I made this entry at 316. So it's been up for a few minutes. These should all still be on the board, hopefully, when you guys see it. But going to go chronologically here in terms of game time. Starting off with Kyle Kuzma. I already got him up here. This is ridiculous. This will probably move fast. So, hopefully you have the bell on and get this one in quickly. But let's find Kyle Kuzma and then just go to his assist line here. If I can find it. Going to assists, and I mean, this is almost, you never see this, minus 150 on other sports books. On Underdog, we're getting this at 5.5 right now. So absolutely ridiculous value. You will not see this. That's why we take the value. That's why Odds Jam is able to give us these lines. 57.6% chance to hit. Absolutely insane. Minus 160 on FanDuel. Minus 178 on Pinnacle. This is just, you don't see bets like this. This will not stay up for very long. So definitely try to attack this Kuzma line under. Going up against Orlando, one of the best defenses in the league. If you haven't been watching the NBA, Orlando, yes, I said that correctly, is one of the best defenses in the league, allowing only the second least assists per game at 23 a game. Kuzma has gone under this in 5 of 10 games, 67% of all of 2023 though, 12 of 18 games. He's been diming a little bit more recently, but again, just a tough defense, a tough spot for him, and odds are absolutely loving this. So Kuzma is going to be our first play there. Next up, we're going to go to RJ Barrett, 21.5 points and rebounds. Going over here, we went to RJ the other day, just realizing I forgot to go over my video slips. Again, we didn't have a great day. I'll make it that way. Our NBA picks, we got hooked on one. I think we got hooked on 2, and then one of our guys went way on or something like that. But our hockey play actually came through for us. But going back to RJ Barrett, his line got a little bumped down. I think there's going to be some value there. We got him at 21.5 points and rebounds. Just making sure that's the right line. RJ Barrett, 21, points and rebounds right there. So loving to see that. Plus 116 to go under this, guys. The over's a minus 125, but plus 116 on the under is wild. Absolutely love to see that if we're going for the over. Now, in 2023, he's gone over this in 6 of 13 games. So, not the best in terms of a history so far doing this year. But almost at that 50% mark. Going up against Toronto, that is also, a very middle of the road defense. I don't, sometimes I like seeing the shooting guard or like the specific guard things. I really only look at this for center specific spots just because there's it's kind of a positionless game now, especially in the NBA. But for centers, I think it's a very good tool. But more overall here, kind of a middle of the road matchup. In terms of head-to-head, I'm not sure if they've played each other. Yeah, but he's crushed these guys in the past against Toronto over in 6 of 6 games. None of these this year, so take it with a grain of salt. But good to see that he plays well against them. And then just thinking about this line logically, points and assists, 21.5. That's just not that much. RJ can score that easily. So if he chips in a few rebounds, that's good for us to see as well. So RJ will be our second play. Let's see if we still have this over here. On Underdog, what other sports books are saying. If I can find him here. Points and rebounds. So it looks like they're giving it 22. Maybe it just maybe this is an update or something, or maybe it got bumped. I don't know. But 22 at 21.5, you'd imagine this is even better. 50.98 still at 22. A lot of these lines are at 21.5, which is where we're seeing it. Minus 154, minus 125, minus 160 on Caesars. Absolutely crazy value. So loving these first two plays. Next up, Zach Collins. We talked about no Wembanyama today. Oh, also for RJ, potentially no Julius Randle. So huge there. So Zach Collins is going to be our third and final play here. Again, 6x on these three-man entries over on Underdog. And we're going to Zach Collins. We're going to his higher than 13.5. Let's go check him on Outlier. Also, any of these tools, Odds Jam, that's what kind of points out these things for me. Being able to see these visually, how they've been doing this year, matchups and things like that. That's where Outlier comes in. And then RotoWire, huge for injuries. They just dropped the PrizePicks tool. All these descriptions or all these links are in the description for free trials in any of those. But let's go to Zach Collins, kind of find what he's been up to this year. We're going to his 13.5 points, going over this. Minus 121 that they're giving us on Caesars, but we can see minus 136 on FanDuel, minus 125 on DraftKings, minus 125 on BetMGM. So absolutely loving to see that. We actually get DVIG odds, which means if you take away that sportsbook advantage where they need to make money, we're actually getting minus 157 odds, like the true odds of this happening. So really love to see that. In terms of the season, gone over in 9 of 18 games. Again, we looked at it. We looked at the RotoWire projections without Wembanyama on the floor. I don't think Wembanyama's missed a game yet. So this would only show us full games, which, you want to see as well. But again, we looked at this. Zach Collins, in per 36 minutes, projected to get 35. 42.8 fantasy points, 20.9 points. That's much, much higher than this 13.5 line. Not saying he's going to score 20, but I think he definitely could. And that's what he's been doing with Wemby off the floor. So Zach Collins at this at this 13.5 line, absolutely money value. So yeah, that'll be our three picks. Kyle Kuzma lower than 5.5. RJ Barrett higher than 21.5 points and rebounds. And then Zach Collins higher than 13.5 points. And yeah, I do apologize for this one coming out a little bit later. The move is kind of still happening. I'll definitely try to get a video out earlier for tomorrow. And definitely loving these plays. Check the Discord out. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video so more people can see it. And comment down below. You like one of these picks? You don't like one of these picks? Anything. But yeah, let's make some money tonight and peace out.